If you're new to Agatha Christie, I want to help you solve your first case because I know it's easy to feel overwhelmed by Christie's massive backlist. So today, I'm your guide to starting your Christie journey so you can solve your first case by knowing exactly which novel to read first. Now, before we get into the books, I have to let you know that Agatha Christie isn't just the queen of mystery because she sold a billion books. It's because she invented the template. Her plots are like perfectly sharpened pencils. Every clue matters, every character is a potential suspect, and the ending will snap your expectations in half. Plus, I'm a huge fan of her signature detectives. Miss Marple, my personal favorite, is filled with village wisdom. And Poirot can be a tad cheeky at times, and also quite a brain. And these two characters give readers very different but equally delightful ways to solve crimes. Now, if you're a fan of those brainy whodunits, I want to recommend the ABC murders. I think this works because we see the killer taunting Poirot with alphabet-themed murders. It's also a race against the clock, and Poirot's logical leaps feel like watching a master at work. I think you'll love the aha moments when the clues click into place and the tension of decoding the murderer's next move. Another fantastic brainy whodunit is a classic for a reason, Murder on the Orient Express. I think this works because of the exotic setting, the locked room vibe, and the fact that every passenger is hiding something. This is another Poirot, and we see his interrogation style, the way he corners suspects over tea time. It really feels, again, like a masterclass in deduction. I also think you'll love the train's lavish atmosphere, and that ending still sparks debate today. Now, if you're like me and you crave cozy English villages, then Miss Marple is your gal. And I'm going to recommend you start with The Body in the Library. Now, I think this one works because we have a corpse that appears in the vicar's library. And unless you're looking to poke around, everyone assumes the butler did it. But Miss Marple sees past polite society's niceties to actually suggest there might be a grudge brewing beneath. I think you'll love the gentle humor, the village setting, and of course, the way Miss Marple pays notice to details that no one else does. Another great Miss Marple is A Murder is Announced. And for this one, I want you to imagine for a second reading in your local paper that a murder will take place at your neighbor's home. And then you show up. I think that premise alone creates delicious suspense. And I think you'll appreciate Christie's commentary on small town gossip and just the interplay of very wildly different characters. Now, if you're a reader who loves a good psychological thriller, I have an Agatha Christie for you. If you haven't already, you need to read And Then There Were None. Again, the premise works because 10 strangers, remote island, each accused of hiding a crime, each one picked off one by one. No recurring detective, just pure escalating dread. I'm telling you, you will love the relentless build-up, the paranoia, the sheer audacity of Christie's plotting. Absolutely genius. I really think this is one of her best books, must reads. I'm still taken aback by this one each time I reread it. I also want to recommend to you Crooked House. I think this is a great read that I don't often see recommended as much. I think this one works because we have a wealthy family who's under one roof, everyone has secrets, and a murder at the dinner table occurs. Now, my favorite part of this is the final twist because, as always, with Christie, it tends to flip everything you thought you knew on its head. Now, I think you'll really appreciate this one because of Christie's deep dive into this family's dysfunction. And there's a payoff that is so unexpected. I think you'll reread earlier pages in disbelief just to be wondering, like, how did I miss this? What is going on? So be sure to add Crooked House to your list. Now, for those classic mystery readers, if you love good historical classic mysteries, where it all began, then you need to read The Mysterious Affairs at Styles. I think this one works because this is where Poirot and Agatha Christie's career began. It's set during World War I and it introduces her trademark style. Clever clues, red herrings, but of course you get that neat resolution at the end. I think you'll appreciate this because you'll get an opportunity to see her technique, see where her mysteries were born, and more importantly, appreciate her storytelling roots. Now, I do have some additional tips for new readers if you're new to Agatha Christie and you want to solve your first crime. As always, I highly recommend picking by mood. If you want a kind of smart mystery, look, read Poirot. If you're more cozy comfort, small village setting, Miss Marple is calling your name. If you need a spine-tingling thriller, I highly recommend And Then There Were None and Crooked House. Now, if you want a short and sweet read, I highly recommend The Body in the Library, personal favorite, and also The ABC Murders, because I think those come under 300 pages, so really quick. But if you need more psychological depth, I recommend Crooked House and Then There Were None. All right, so there you have it, different entry points into Agatha Christie's world. So if you're new to Christie and you're eager to solve your first case, I think selecting one of these books will help you to get well on your way on your Agatha Christie journey. So select the book that speaks to your current mood or the current reading style you'd like to experience or the themes of the books. So let me know in the comments which book you are planning to start with. But if you're an Agatha Christie fan, I'd love to hear from you as well. Let me know some of your Agatha Christie favorites. But what book would you recommend beginners who are new and eager to solve their first Agatha Christie case? What book would you recommend they begin with? Let's continue the conversation in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Now, in the next video, I will be talking more about Agatha Christie's themes and writing style and her cultural impact and what really makes her the queen of mystery. And then I'll follow things up by counting down 6 of my favorite Agatha Christie books that I consider must-reads. Each of these books is a masterclass in suspense. They're packed with unforgettable characters. And of course, you're going to get those jaw-dropping plot twists. So if you haven't already, now's a great time to like the video, share the video, tell a friend about the channel and all the author deep dives we have been doing here on Biblio Lifestyle. But also subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.